Three, two.
Well, I wrote this song for the
Zeitgeist zealots.
I want to teach kids the Christian truth. If you want to reach those kids on the street, then you gotta do a rap to a hip-hop beat. So I gave my sermon an urban kick. My rhymes are fly, my beats are sick. My crew is big and it keeps getting bigger. That's 'cause Jesus Christ is my
Zeitgeist zealots. Hey everyone, welcome to Zeitgeist Zealots. I'm Forrest.
I'm Major.
I'm Chip.
Spencer. So today, I think we're gonna do episode
4 and
5
5
of
Creature
Commandos.
Commandos.
And did anyone watch Dexter: Original Sin?
I
Yeah.
have seen the first several episodes.
Of Dexter: Original Sin, really?
Yeah,
Okay. Man,
Dun,
when he's
dun,
up like
dun.
up north in the like the frosted land. He
what?
went up to like Maine or something, didn't he?
No, that was New Blood.
He saw
That was-
First Blood or New Blood or whatever it was.
Yeah, New
Oh.
Blood. Yeah, you haven't seen like where it's not teenage Dexter, but it's like 20-year-old Dexter in the early 90s committing his first murders.
What?
It's just
Well,
Showtime
I wonder if he's gonna get
milking
away
their
with
last
it.
cash cow. I mean,
Yes,
they're
spoiler
literally
alert,
he
milking
gets
their
away.
last cash cow dry.
Yeah, it's like all they had was like Homeland, Dexter, and Billions, and now Homeland and Billions are gone. And like
And
no one.
what's it called? Spartacus, way back in the day.
No, that was
good.
Stars. That was
Yeah, that
Showtime.
was
It was
Stars.
Stars.
Oh, you're
On the
right.
other-
Yeah.
Which is like even people like watch Stars shows less than they watch Showtime shows. And
But-
I remember Swordfish was on Stars.
oh yeah, another show that probably lasted a season. There was like one show like on Stars called
movie, I
like
think.
Yeah, it's a movie.
Sexy Beast.
Is that
It was like a
it's with
prequel
Halle
to-
Berry in it, right?
And
Mhm,
fucking John
and Hugh
Travolta,
Jackman.
baby.
And John Travolta, yeah.
They made a TV show out of it.
No, but you see Halle Berry topless. I
feel
think
like they
that's.
Whoa.
I think that's.
I mean, it's Hollywood. They
I
were
don't know.
probably
It's a
they did a
90s
free
movie.
they did a freaking Sexy Beast prequel TV series from that movie.
Speaking of milking your IP for all it's worth, there are some rumors, initial test screenings for James Gunn new Superman movie, and they're kind of not good. Underwhelming, disappointed.
I'm so
are
shocked.
some of the
Hold on, let me
words.
put on my shocked expression.
Exactly. No, we've been talking about how it looks bad for a while now, but now it's starting.
Bro,
to,
every
rumors are
show,
coming in
every-
to confirm it.
Bro, okay, so I'm gonna start calling it the Cavill effect, because any role that Henry Cavill has had
Mm-hmm.
and thus subsequently gets replaced for whatever reason,
Mm-hmm.
it's going. Those are some very incredibly difficult shoes to fill.
Mm-hmm. They're
Boots.
impossible.
I mean,
Red boots, Bill.
from an acting perspective,
Nah, boots.
from a physique perspective, from a frankly sex appeal perspective,
From a fan
from a
perspective?
likability
Yes.
perspective.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
In Superman's case, a jock strap perspective.
Like, is Nick Holtz going on Instagram and building his
Well,
own
you're
computers?
worried about him filling Henry Cavill's shoes. Can he even fill Henry Cavill's
Jock strap?
Yeah, like, that's what we're all wondering. So,
well,
yeah,
you know,
some jock
normally
strap
the
to
shoe
fill.
filling is indicative of the jock strap filling.
What we
Indeed.
can hope for is that Amazon has learned through they've seen Henry Cavill with The Witcher, and they've seen Henry Cavill with Superman, and they've seen what happens when they don't follow the lore with Henry Cavill. And I really hope they just let Henry Cavill put a lot of creative decision or creative
I
decision
think-
making into the 40K series.
Well, he's
Well,
powerful
so
enough in
that-
Hollywood to kind of produce.
Isn't he executive producing the 40K
Yeah, I think-
series?
Mm-hmm. But that doesn't always.
Well, every
mean you get the
actor, every
final
actor
say.
these days, has
Is
a producer.
executive producer credit
Oh,
roll, right? You get
yeah.
1% of
It's
the
a-
proceeds, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like they don't do actually any producing. They just have their name up there to make them feel better.
Speaking of
like,
James
but
Gunn,
yeah. So yes.
He might be James Dunn after this one.
Well,
No,
I've
no,
heard-
no, no.
I've heard-
because I will forever sing his praises for Guardians of the Galaxy. If
Fair,
he's going to keep
fair.
making
Well,
Guardians of the Galaxy movies,
you-
I will keep fucking watching them.
you are gonna
Me too.
love
Second
Creature
two.
Commando because episodes 4 and 5, I thought. Well, episodes 4 I thought was fantastic. The Weasel episode.
5. Yeah, it was all right. I mean, it was just kind of like, okay, dead kids, you know, We've seen this with Breaking Bad and
Oh,
Walking
okay,
Dead.
dead kids. I'm an American. I'm desensitized to this.
They're milking the dead kid shock factor. I think it just bothered me that that kids that young.
Don't they
there's
know
like
their
10 of them.
target audience is Americans who have no shock factor to dead children? Sorry, political comment.
Yeah, but like, these kids are like 5 years old,
Bad, but true.
and they have absolutely no parents.
Yeah, they were playing
that late at
outside.
night.
You never got to play
Dude, no
outside as a
parents
kid.
already?
I
No
grew
parents?
up with you. I know you went outside without your parents.
But these are like 5-year-olds, and they're like literally still at school, no supervision whatsoever. Like, back when we were kids, you couldn't like go anywhere without being seen by an adult. Like, the adults had to be
Not
there
when
while
you
you
were
got picked up by your
5.
parents.
I mean, later on, yeah, you got a lot
For-
more
for-
freedom,
Forrest, I
especially
used to-
growing up. But
Yeah, Forrest,
No,
I used to walk to Harris Teeter alone to go buy pizza.
At 5 years old?
Papa John's.
Yeah, well, they're probably more like 7
Oh,
or 8.
see, that's
if
my
we're-
point. Yeah, you gotta watch the show. You gotta
Yeah.
watch the show. Like, these are like they're
But-
like 5 or 6-year-olds being left alone for hours at a time, no parents. The only adult within 100 miles is one old guy.
He was
who
picking
thinks
mushrooms.
the-
He was Tip. He was
Yeah.
Tip. He was out
Yeah.
there picking
Yeah.
mushrooms.
Yeah, probably fine. And then,
So let's talk about the
I think-
episode. Instead of just beating around the bush and hinting at it, we can just pick up
Kids died.
from where we left off. Kids died.
Like, all of them.
So the big story behind Weasel is that he allegedly killed like 28 kids in a school fire or something like that, or killed 28 kids. When it turns out it was more like 7 or 8 kids, and then it turns out he wouldn't like
0 kids.
kill them. It was 0 kids. He was trying to save that. The only part,
He
like
got
my
Sophia
biggest,
Falconed.
he really got blamed for it, 110%.
He got Sophia'd.
And then, he got Falconed. There you go.
Falconed. Oh yeah, I prefer Falcone to Falcone. That's just. I don't care what's
know.
the,
I'm with you. It's Falcone. It's not Falcone. I don't agree with the pronunciation either. I hope it's like an AT
There's no
or an
apostrophe
at kind of situation where people just don't really care. You can say whatever, and then the internet will argue about it. Comment down below. How do you pronounce it? That's a joke because I can't tell how you're pronouncing it.
This was not so much an origin story for Weasel. It's basically just like, we're not going to show you where Weasel came from or like his backstory, but we'll show you why he got arrested and why he's in the prison.
Yeah, well, the big reveal was that he's not this murderer that you all thought he was, and so
except when the plot needs him to be.
Right. I was like, now they're making him a murderer from like the Suicide Squad movie, and then on Creature Commandos, he's doing all these terrible things and terrible murders.
Well,
but
he
was just
brutally
playing with a bunch
murder.
of kids.
Well, he did brutally murder the sons of Themyscira. So he is a brutal murderer when the plot needs him to be. So
That's
if
what
they're like,
the Suicide. That's what I'm saying. The Creature Commandos, Amanda Waller is making. Is
Weasel like the new Cyborg? He's gonna be like on every team now. Suicide Squad, Creature Commandos,
Hey, James
Justice
Gunn,
League, Teen Titans.
Sean Gunn.
He's like the new Cyborg.
James Gunn's brother needs that money. So yeah, we're probably going to see a lot more Weasel.
I mean, Cyborg has been on every team now. He's been on Justice League, Teen Titans, Doom Patrol now. They were like literally just putting. They had no idea what this.
Well, I mean, it's a
great
way to reach your diversity quota without having to race swap any like black Batman. Because if you turn him into black man, that is going to blow up the internet.
Cyborg only really works with the Teen Titans. He doesn't really work on Justice League, and he sure as shit doesn't work on Doom Patrol when there's already a Cyborg character.
Yeah,
called Robot
definitely
Man.
not Doom Patrol. I would say the best version of Cyborg is Teen Titans Go, but I think I liked him in.
Don't you mean the old Teen Titans?
Justice League? What, the one on Cartoon Network?
Yeah, the old one, the
old one.
Titans.
Yeah, Teen
the
Titans
first Teen
Go.
Titans. No,
First
No,
Teen
not
Titans.
Teen Titans Go. Teen Titans.
Teen Titans. Yeah,
No,
Teen Titans
I'm talking about the kids
Go.
show. I'm talking about the kids
Oh.
show.
But
I'm not
you
talking.
said Teen Titans Go,
I mean-
which is the title of the kids show.
Yeah, that's the show I'm talking about. I think that's the best.
awful,
I think it's what? No, that show's great. Are you kidding me? That show's hilarious.
That was
Better than the-
amazing. I love that show.
Better,
Yeah, are
better
you
than the
kidding me?
O3 show.
Yeah, I would say it's very well written. It's funny.
Wait,
They
are you
even
talking
had
about Teen Titans Go is better than the original?
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Yeah,
No, you get the fuck right out.
Yeah, see,
Absolutely not.
yeah.
You literally
What is wrong with you?
can get the fuck right out of your own house.
You can
Go
rapture
walk
yourself
down
again.
the street at
Go get
least
yourself
2
raptured.
miles, and you think about your life and your decisions.
I mean, the
Jam a
first
lemon
season
up your
of Teen
rectum.
Titans is great. The first couple of seasons, I will say that I love it. But
Brother Blood season was
Teen
great.
Titans
Trigon?
Go is fantastic.
It is somewhat
And you know what?
entertaining, but it does not have it. It took Teen Titans, which was a dark, like gothic, like hardcore, like DC comic show where they had done a very good adaptation, pretty much a lot of the story straight from the comics, to Teen Titans Go, which is basically like Adventure Time if Adventure Time had DC Teen Titan characters.
Speaking of milking properties,
like PBS. But the point
Going
being,
full
when will Weasel show up on Teen Titans Go? Because Teen Titans Go actually lasted way longer than the original Teen Titans show. Strangely, it's sort of like M.A.S.H. outlasting the Korean War. Like apparently that show lasted 11 years, but it took place during a 3-year war.
It's fantastic.
Wow,
Teen Titans Go 8 seasons.
Well, they're just milking
lots of
the
it.
Korean War as much as they can. But yeah, Weasel will probably show up on season 17 of Teen Titans Go because they're putting him in everything now. He's a ubiquitous character. But yeah, I think also that episode we found out Cersei's vision of the future, which is like Princess Ileana.
Yeah, Princess, the hot blonde.
Who's actually like the Antichrist or whatever
That was a cool
in the world
vision, of like the bombs coming down.
We saw crucified Superman.
Oh, we got the Jesus reference in. That's good. Batman got spiked. All the superheroes were
to be
brutally
fair,
killed.
Superman's more Moses than Jesus, though. Like being carted off.
Yeah, no, Batman shouldn't. No, maybe an upside down crucifix. Because Batman, because bats
like,
sleep upside down.
Like St. Peter.
Yeah, like
Batman
St.
is
Peter,
Moses.
and that bats also
Peter.
sleep upside down. It's very clever. I'm here.
No,
Hollywood doing it right, me.
Superman is Moses. Batman is St. Peter, I guess, if he's gonna be hung upside down.
All right, I'm not gonna lie, I spaced out there and I just came back to Batman as Moses or some shit. What the fuck are we talking
Superman
about?
is Moses.
It's the new Netflix movie coming out.
Superman is Moses. Batman is St. Peter. Okay.
And
anyway,
we are moving on.
All right.
We talked. Cersei told us that Ileana is
that the princess is gonna end the world. World War III, kill us all.
Wait,
and
what?
then to confirm it, they brought in the lesbian professor, who's an expert on Themyscira, who said, is she even an expert? Oh yeah, she's an expert on Themyscira because Cersei in this iteration is from Themyscira. She's like, yeah, she's totally telling the truth because I have a degree.
Yeah, so she's saying that Cersei's power is clairvoyant, so she can see the future. She can't just make stuff up or project images into your mind, which probably isn't true. But we'll talk about that right now.
We found out. Yeah, we found out this episode that the professor,
episode 5.
I think they might be pulling the old switcheroo. Or the old red herring or whatever, because they showed the professor being dead in her house, and she's being impersonated by Clayface. But do you think the professor who was in the government, whatever, Argus, was Clayface or really her? Because her personality as Clayface, but it was completely different though, because like she's like hitting on the chick. He's talking about lesbianism.
Clayface
He's being
racist.
Very unprofessional.
Clayface isn't trying to hit on Amanda Waller. Amanda Waller.
Yeah, I think that for president. I think the professor who was in Argus was the real one, and then she was killed afterward, replaced by Clayface.
I can see that.
Although if Clayface was hired by Cersei, then yeah, that definitely she was lying. But we'll find out. So you think, but we saw a little bit today. The princess was like, "Yeah, kill them all."
And I guess isn't that kind of the point of the ambiguity? Is we're not really supposed to know yet if Rick Flag Senior
James
if he's been honeypotted.
If he's been honeypotted, or if she really is going to end the world.
His dick or his brain. But yeah, I really like the team up between Frankenstein and Rick Flag. I was surprised Frankenstein got his own flashback. It's we've already seen him in a flashback, but that was the bride's flashback. So we saw Frankenstein's flashback, and
he was with the gypsy.
Yeah. So I don't think I
gypsy
saw.
Bitch.
Yeah, gypsy shit. I think
Whoa.
That's a quote from the show. That's not a racial. Yeah, that's a quote from the show. It's not a racial.
Wow.
implication.
Gypsies
for
just happen to be
gypsies,
exceptional
nomads.
thieves and
Oh, yeah.
vagabonds.
Disclaimer. Tip hates gypsies.
Oh yeah, I'm Irish.
Apparently, yeah, Tip really does not like gypsies. So for all gypsy viewers, he does not represent us. We're not affiliated with Tip's opinion.
actually in the modern vernacular they're called travelers. But you can still call them gypsies if you
What was
want.
that? Rings of Power? I think aren't the hobbits called travelers?
I mean, I'm serious though. Like, yeah,
No.
the term gypsy is like kind of frowned
Yeah.
on.
It's not.
Under-
Well, that's why
They're called the
that's why
Travelers.
I went out of the way to clarify that he was quoting the television show for anyone who's for some reason listening to this podcast but not watching the TV show. Much like half of the podcast.
Well, she won't be watching the TV show because she's dead. But yeah, that was, I guess, the dog. He didn't kill the dog. If he killed the dog, that'd be pretty irredeemable.
Yeah, well,
The dog.
James Gunn knows if you kill animals, you can't bring the character back. He's a villain. So, you keep the dog and you guys go on adventures. I'm ready for the spin-off of this show called Frankenstein and Ivan. Ivan and Frankenstein.
If anyone should get a spin-off,
Crypto from James Gunn.
Yeah, it's funny. Like, I think Dr. Phosphorus is going to be the centerpiece of the next episode, but yeah, he's barely done anything in the entire show.
Well, this episode was good. This episode was cool. The way he
killed some people.
Yeah,
Well, that's the way they do things.
he pulled. He
I mean,
flipped up the bird and then
even
just walked
Nina.
through people.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Nina did nothing except cower. Like, I don't know what they're going to do for her episode to make her like relevant, but
I don't know which one that
Like,
is. Is that the fishbowl girl?
a mermaid, yeah, the mermaid
Okay.
woman, which they should just. I think like in the comics, her code name is Mermaid. So I don't know why they didn't go with
That would make
that.
more sense.
I mean, she's not a mermaid. But I mean, like, that's a James Gunn joke, like, set up for like, why are you called a mermaid? You're not a mermaid. But that's what I am. But you're not a mermaid. So not a mermaid. And you just hear like other like type of people like, that's not a mermaid. You're not a mermaid. Like typical James Gunn, just repeating the same joke over and over.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how are you a mermaid? Because I have gills. Yeah, but you don't have a tail. Okay, but yeah. I mean,
No.
the
But
jokes
we're
write
just gonna
themselves.
call you a mermaid because we have to have you walking around and can't be flopping around.
Yeah.
That's why that's why they took Aquaman out of
walrus.
the water, right? Beforehand, it was just
it was just announced. It was just announced today. Jason Momoa is finally hanging up his Aquaman gills, and he's going to be Lobo.
yay!
It was just announced today.
That's awesome.
Which
he's
is a
gonna
role
be a
he
great
was
Lobo.
Yeah, it's what he should have been cast for in the first place. Because I think even before he was
Superman versus Lobo.
Aquaman, he was Khal Drogo, and everyone like who was fans of Game of Thrones like, man, he'd be a great Lobo. And then like Zack Snyder was like, well, fuck all y'all, he's Aquaman.
Yeah, well,
So-
that's not what we're doing here.
From Drogo to Lobo, and then to Mojo Jojo when they do a Powerpuff Girls live action.
Jojo. Anything else
What
really
else happened
happened?
with
So I was gonna say they.
well, I mean, Frankenstein, I think just wanted to. Yeah, nothing really else happened. It was kind of
Well,
like pretty good
how do
wording
you
for
feel
me,
about-
but-
Clayface, do you think Clayface is dead? And how do you feel about him
No.
breaking Rick Flag's back like Batman? I thought that was a little.
Well, it's Rick Flag dead. That's why, because I think he gave like
Yeah,
he's
his
supposed
ass
to be in
handed to him.
Peacemaker. He's supposed to be in Peacemaker, but I think I got the feeling he died.
Rick
This episode.
Flag?
See,
Is that like is that
We have to watch
is he
the
in
show
any
to find out.
relationship to the American flag?
Rick
Wait,
Flag,
no.
Rick Flag Jr. Yes, they are related.
American
Yeah.
flag?
Surprisingly,
not to the American
So,
flag, but they are American patriots.
yeah.
Canadian
but
flag.
Rick Flag is supposed to be Frank Grillo is supposed to be in Peacemaker season 2 and the Superman
So
movie.
he's probably up. He's probably up and alive.
Unless
probably
those,
up and
unless
kicking
those
somewhere.
movies, unless that show is a prequel, or
Wait
that movie's a
until
prequel to this.
Rick Flag Senior, his grandfather, shows up, and
I mean,
he's also super
Rick-
jacked.
I think Frank Grillo is only like 12 years older than the actor who played Rick Flag Jr. So they could probably just get J.K. Simmons to
that.
play Rick Flag.
Right,
Sr.
exactly. Get J.K. Simmons to be the great
And he's
grandfather.
like, I had a kid when I was 11. That's how masculine I am.
This is how we
Able to
do things.
Get a woman pregnant at the age of 11.
Wait, what do they
mean,
call the movie in the middle
Wait,
of a
you
prequel
didn't?
and a sequel?
a midquel?
The
Midquel?
The original.
I was thinking pre-sequel.
Well, you call it sequel, but you just call the third one a threequel.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
And number 2 is.
Let me in on that THREE-quel, baby.
Like everyone calls Dark Knight Rises or what Indiana Jones the threequel, which I think Last Crusade broke the threequel curse that hadn't been established until what Spider-Man 3 and Pirates 3 and
what's the threequel
first mother
for the listeners at home who don't know?
It's like a lot of like third parts of movies that weren't that great. Like I mean, Alien 3 that was definitely a threequel curse.
Matrix 3.
I mean, Matrix 2 wasn't that much better either. I mean, I guess it was
The highway scene
somewhat
was cool.
better. The what scene?
The highway scene in number 2.
Oh, okay. That was all right.
With the
Yeah,
key maker.
Reloaded wasn't as bad as Revolutions. Revolutions was just like,
You know,
it was
15
barely
minutes of like
Matrix.
dance partying.
It was mainly just like Zion. It was mainly just like Zion Revolution. Because most of the movie takes place in Zion,
Yeah,
and like very little of it.
Bring us back to the Matrix.
So.
Yeah.
And they did that for Resurrections, and we're all just like, bring back Revolutions. So, but yeah, I think there's gonna be Dr. Phosphorus. I think Clayface is interesting that they included him because like James Gunn literally announced a few weeks ago or last week that there's gonna be a Clayface movie set in the DCU. So I don't know if they announced. I guess he had already written and animated this before that was announced. So I'm guessing this is just gonna be that Clayface.
Well,
but there are multiple Clayfaces, so
I would love if they could take the quality of the Penguin and do that with Clayface. I'd be so down.
But it won't be in Patterson's.
Who was the character that walks through people's faces with middle fingers extended?
Dr. Phosphorus. Yeah, that's a pretty cool scene. Yeah, that was
fucking amazing.
Yeah, that was a pretty badass fight scene there.
Are you just watching clips? Are you just watching clips? Or are you just watching clips like online?
Yeah, exactly. I'm just watching clips online.
Just like little nuggets, just little.
I don't have HBO.
Did you know that James Gunn said, I didn't know the specifics of it, but I always knew it wasn't fair?
What was he talking about in relation to what?
About creature. Oh, shit. I read the wrong thing. I read the wrong quote.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
About Creature Commandos. He said, James Gunn said about Creature Commandos. Are we still talking about Creature Commandos?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think anyone watched Original Sin.
Okay, apparently Sean Gunn said this. Sean Gunn.
One of the Gunns.
Who's
the young Gunn.
James Gunn's
brother.
You know, he might not even be related. But he played Weasel.
They are related.
Well,
he said it is incredibly sad.
Sean Gunn is James Gunn's brother. James Gunn is Sean Gunn's meal ticket. His wife's too.
I mean, that's just family working together. I mean, don't call him a meal ticket. He might actually have talent. He's a voice actor.
Yeah, he just plays a bunch of voices. He just plays a bunch of characters that don't have voices.
I did enjoy the G.I. Robot episode where he was a voice G.I. Robot.
He's also G.I. Robot, and like we said, check out our previous episode.
It's nothing new. Like people, like directors have been like putting their brothers in movies forever. Like
look
Ron Howard's brother.
Adam Sandler puts all of his best friends in, and then they this movie now is set in Hawaii, so
like Ron Howard, Sam Raimi, his brother is like in all his. Well, he was like one of the Daily Bugle guys. Gosh, who else? I mean, like people putting their family in their movies is nothing.
Yeah, it happens.
But I mean,
if my older brother were a movie director, I would be pissed if he didn't fucking be like, yo, TP, come here.
That's gonna be a awkward
so
family
pissed.
dinner. That'll be an awkward Thanksgiving.
Wouldn't it?
But so how's your career going? Your
how fun would it be to be in showbiz? You know what I mean?
I don't know.
I don't know. It depends on what part of show business.
Well,
I love comedy.
Charlie Sheen would probably argue about that.
I used to think he's got tiger blood in his veins, man. Don't talk.
He's got a different kind of blood. He's got some
dirty blood. He's got some dirty blood in his veins. I hope you found help, Charlie. That was
your Charlie Sheen.
2.5 Men was
but
such a good show.
I'm pretty sure Charlie Sheen would tell you show business.
Now what show needs a prequel? 2.5 Men.
Talk
get
to any
young Charlie.
Talk to any of the kids who are on All That or Amanda's show.
Yeah, they hated
those
it. They were also like getting touched.
Yeah, like just being.
Yeah, they're probably being molested, dude.
Yeah, like any child actor ever. Yeah, they can pretty much tell you show business is awful.
Except for Macaulay Culkin. Good for him getting out.
Yeah, but if you go into it with a passion.
Out with
a passion for wanting to diddle kids. Gross.
So do you think the next season of Monster on Netflix will be Jared from Subway?
I don't know. What's Monster on HBO?
No, it's on Netflix. It's like season one Netflix. Was Jeffrey. Yeah, it's called Monster. Jeffrey Dahmer. The new season was with the Menendez brothers.
Oh,
it's called Monsters.
I haven't seen that.
Season three is gonna be Monster with Ed Gein, and season 4 should probably be Jared from Subway.
They can call it Monster Inc.
Call it Monster $5.
Monster Punter.
Yeah, Monster Sub.
Anyway, speaking of monsters, do you want to tell us a little bit about
Commandos
Dexter?
Is a great show.
Oh yeah, I guess we get. I was thinking about Dexter being an actual monster.
Major walked in on me in the bathroom.
The show yeah, and you were turning into a werewolf. What the fuck was that, bro? That was weird.
Different kind of monster on Original Sin. There's apparently a child killer on that show.
Ooh.
Yeah, Dexter.
I don't like those.
Yeah,
we're all children of God, Dexter.
So basically, yeah, it's a prequel. It's a prequel to Dexter, obviously, and it's funny because it picks up right where New Blood left off, where Dexter's like being rushed to the hospital and he's brought back to life. And for some reason, like I'm gonna go back to the beginning, not when I was born. I mean, it was right when he was born, but then it like goes back when he started working for the blood splatter unit for Miami Metro. I mean, the first episode was kind of hokey. But it's getting better. It's not great. It's definitely a cash grab, like Spencer said.
It's derivative.
Yeah.
It is entirely derivative, is what it is. Just like everything we get out of Hollywood these days, except for this isn't even trying to pretend that it's to be anything that it's not. Which for that, I respect them. I respect them for that. They're not trying to pretend that they're making something new. They're like, yo, did you really love Dexter? How much did you love Dexter? Are you willing to watch an entirely piece of shit derivative show just to get that feel-good nostalgia? Mm-hmm. Then we have a show for you.
I will say that the actor playing the young Dexter does an okay Michael C. Hall impression, but he just does not have the charisma that Michael C. Hall had. But this is supposed to be early Dexter, so he hasn't cultivated that charisma yet.
Maybe he will. Yet. Maybe
but it's still just
that's
not.
The problem I have with the show.
Not fun to watch. Yeah.
It's still predictable. Not really there's not going to be any character development, right? There shouldn't be, because there's no character development in Dexter until they start the actual show. You know what I mean?
At least they do have some original characters on the show, like Sarah Michelle Gellar is on there. She's Dexter's mentor, and then there's Patrick Dempsey's on it as the police captain, and there's some other dude who's not Dokes. Dokes hasn't showed up yet, but I guess they're saving for season 2. But they're introducing new characters because one of the complaints about prequels is well, we know how the story's going to end. All these characters that we're seeing younger versions of, we know they're not going to die. So what are the stakes? But at least they have these new characters to be well, we don't know what's going to happen with these. So it's sort of like Better Call Saul. It's we know Mike and Saul. Really? That was great.
Bro, you just said the word Dokes, and I'm just replaying in my head that final scene with that crazy bitch Lila. Where she walks in and he thinks she's her salvation. He thinks she's his salvation, and yet
the exact opposite.
No spoilers.
Yeah, I watched an interesting video called Dexter Doesn't Understand Moral Dilemmas, and basically how they set up a moral dilemma for him to either A, frame Dokes, or B, kill Dokes. And Lila kind of takes that decision away from him so it doesn't harm the character, and that was kind of just bad writing. And then they had a chance to fix the mistake in season 7 with LaGuerta. So we're either Dexter can kill LaGuerta, turn himself in, or run. And then Deb just shoots her. So once again, he doesn't have to make a choice.
That doesn't sound fun at all. from
But
a character writer's perspective.
Have you never watched Dexter, Major?
I saw the first 3 episodes. I liked it.
And we just totally ruined it.
It's okay. I won't remember any of these names.
We saved him from watching season 8. I mean, we saved him from watching season 8.
We're good.
The first 4 are great. The 5 is okay, just derivative of like just rehashes the plot from season 3.
6 is great. 6 is amazing.
Okay.
With Tom Hanks' son.
No, whichever the Trinity season is, the Trinity season is awesome TV.
Oh, that's 4. Yeah. 6 is with the Doomsday Killer. That was with Tom Hanks' son that no one really seemed to like. It was kind of just like redundant and just not that interesting.
Oh, I don't remember that.
And 7,
I definitely remember season 4.
7 was better, but it kind of just like made the same mistake season 2 did. And 8 is just unwatchable. It's just bad, just boring. The New Blood was pretty good to the last episode. Then they realized they fucked up the ending again. So they brought back Dexter. And they decided to do a prequel show for some reason. I mean, we know why, but
money.
Yeah, it's okay.
Money.
I'll keep watching.
For
I
some
have, no
reason.
desire, I have no desire to like rewatch the episodes I've already seen. But it's like it's tolerable TV.
Right.
Christian Slater as the dad is just like, I think he's like actually doesn't really look like that. It's just weird, just like because his dad is still alive while he's committing these murders. And he's just kind of like okay with it, or he's not okay with it. But he's just like, I understand it, but it just kind of it seems unrealistic.
Well, he's the one that gives Dexter the code. I mean, the whole code. Well, that's the whole part about. That's part of the big character development is that in Dexter is him like trying to understand why his dad gave him the code in the first place, dude. And the reason his dad ended up dying wasn't it because he felt guilty about giving Dexter the code?
Yeah, but he's basically dead the entire time in the original series. So, but they actually see like Harry. Obviously, I don't know if he's gonna like last, but I don't know how long Christian Slater's contract is, because if he's gonna like be alive for like several seasons, and Dexter's gonna kill people, like it doesn't seem real realistic that he died from guilt. But I don't know. And also the girl playing young Deb looks nothing like Deb in the TV show. Masuka has hair, so I guess in season 2 he's gonna like just start going to go bald. I don't know. But yeah, it's passable. But yeah, it's just like a cash grab.
So let me ask you this to Spencer's point, because I've been thinking about this recently. There is just so much content. I mean, there's like a million hours uploaded to YouTube every half a second.
We completely missed What If season 3.
Yeah, I mean it's unwatchable. I tried the first episode's decent. It's okay. It's like a Power Rangers episode. The Avengers have mech suits, and then they get a mechas. They all merge into one. It's and the whole Godzilla. Yeah, it's stupid. And like just gets worse and worse. What?
Like he was the executive producer, the showrunner for X-Men '97. He was pissed that Storm was in it. Like he created Storm or whatever. It's like, dude, that's not your character. But I mean, I think
X-Men '97 was great. And we appreciate your quality time. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for listening. We really appreciate it.
So look,
whether you're in the car, do you know how angry I am? The grass, we appreciate you.
Yeah, baby.
Especially if you're on the can. If we are your preferred poop entertainment.
I'm about to hit the can.
Poop-tainment, then we are very appreciative.
We're gonna push you further.
Enjoy the go with Zeitgeist Zealots. New slogan?
I like it.
We are audible Metamucil. Basically.
It's a shitty podcast.
So
what is this? We could do. I'm trying to come up with a hand signal.
Don't do gang signs.
Zeitgeist.
No gang signs.
This is the
Major.
Just social media. Expanded shocker.
Yes, I do. Guys, you can follow us. Hopefully you're watching us on YouTube at Zeitgeist Zealots. If not, catch us there on Instagram. Same handle. Again, that's Zeitgeist Zealots. We're also on X and TikTok if you want to check that out at Z Zealots Podcast. Leave us a comment down below. What did you think about Creature Commandos episode 4 and 5? Is James Gunn gonna nail the Superman movie, or is this going to be a major flop like we're all predicting? Did you watch Dexter? Do you care about Dexter? Do you want us to care about Dexter? do we all have to watch it so we can talk about it, or is it okay for Forrest just to talk about it for 5 minutes? You let us know down below. We are here for you on the go. Call back from
Thanks for listening. I'm Forrest.
I'm Major.
I'm Chip.
It's a me, Luigi.
So, oh God! Oh man!
Don't forget to eat the rich, kids.
Oh. Do I need to censor?
See you next week.
I'm probably gonna have to blur your face. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to blur your face.
That's what.
I don't want to censor you. It's because YouTube will censor us.
First Amendment.
Oh, and now I'm so torn.
Get demonetized. Yeah.
No, not money we're not making. No, not
we'll never get to
money.
1,000 subscribers. We'll never get to 1,000 subscribers. So, anyway, yeah, maybe just put.
I'm gonna watch.
Which is why you have to subscribe. Subscribe so we don't have to get censored. We'll become too big to fail.
Put Flo's face progressive over Spencer's.
I can put something from Flo over Spencer's face.
No, Flo progressive.